Drought takes hold, Polokwane runs dry, and maize farmers in the Free State warn their crops could fail.
People feeling harassed.
South Africa's commercial banks turn off the credit tap. And Kutsong residents go on the rampage yet again. Live from Johannesburg, this is E! News, Prime Time. Good evening. The city of Polokwane has run dry, and thousands of people in Limpopo's provincial capital are being forced to queue in the street for water. Officials are rationing supplies which have been drained by weeks of baking heat. They've admitted the city is facing a crisis.
A city of 500,000 reduced to this. After days of queuing at standpipes, people are starting to get desperate, and tempers are fraying.
I mean, it's disgusting. It's disgusting, really, because I have to wake up every morning. I have to put water, boil water before I go to work, and my day starts at 3 every day.
It's very uncomfortable, you know. There's a lot of people who don't have cars around here. I'm fortunate I've got to come using my car, to fetch water on a daily basis.
This is one of the city's reservoirs. In the heat wave, it's not filling fast enough to meet demand. Power cuts and cable theft have hampered the system that pumps additional water into the reservoirs. So now the city has reduced water supplies to allow it to refill. Angry locals have been flooding the municipality with complaints.
I won't deny that there is a crisis now. And then the crisis is because of a confluence of a number of factors that happen at the same time.
Businesses are still being supplied, and officials say schools and hospitals also have enough water. They say residents should have heeded their warnings to use less water. That's cut little ice with the people standing here. It's been like this for a week now, and this community has been told to wait until the weekend for the situation to return to normal. A truly frustrating experience for people who are used to having water in their houses. Macintosh and Zamante, E! News, Polokwane.
It's not only the people of Polokwane who are lamenting a lack of water. Free State maize farmers say scorching temperatures and lower than usual rainfall figures are causing a crisis. The National Crops Estimates Committee predicts this season's maize harvest will be about 30% lower than last year.
Dat boere nie dieselfde hoë subsidies as die in Europa kry nie.
Dirk Bredenkamp closely monitors weather forecasts.
Kleiner aanplantings.
But although promising clouds often build up over his farm, he's not had any rain this year. It's critical that maize farmers get rain in February, as it's the time the plants are pollinated. Now maize plants are undersized and undeveloped, and farmers like Bredenkamp have been forced to cut it down to use as cattle fodder.
Some farmers say that should they get good rains within the next 2-3 weeks, it will at least keep their crops from deteriorating further. But for many it's too late. They've already lost their entire harvests.
I'm farming about 26 years, and this year will be the first year that I won't harvest a single ton.
Weather experts say average daily temperatures last month were consistently up to 5 degrees hotter than normal. And no place in the country got more than 50 millimeters of rain. A situation that's likely to persist.
There is some improvement, but general rain is not expected at this stage.
The lower crop yield means that maize prices will rise, and maize products will soon cost more for the average consumer. Charlene Stanley, E! News, Bloemfontein.
South Africa has assumed the presidency of the United Nations Security Council. It's a largely ceremonial role, but Foreign Affairs Minister Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma says it's a great honor. She says the position will afford South Africa greater influence over resolutions and has promised to use the presidency to serve humanity and the world as a whole. South Africa became a non-permanent member of the Security Council in January. From today, it'll be much tougher to get credit. South Africa's major banks have signed a code of conduct agreeing to be more careful before lending money to you and I. But they say it's not an admission that they've acted recklessly in the past.
It's about people feeling harassed.
The bank's bosses say they've listened to customers' complaints. Out will go the pushy phone calls offering you and I money, seemingly for nothing. But they say the new code of conduct isn't an admission that they've given credit too easily to people who can't afford to pay it back.
We want people to repay. This is more about how the sales are done and the processes that you have to go through before you make a sale. It's not an admission that we've granted bad credit in the past.
Recent economic data suggests more and more South Africans are spending on credit but struggling to pay that money back. Banks will now do extra background checks before offering people further loans. In any case, the National Credit Act comes into effect in June, making much of this code of conduct formal law. And unlike the Banking Association's code, the new act will also govern how retailers and micro-lenders do business. Ben said, E-News, Johannesburg.
And with that, a look at the day's markets.